Greetings to everyone world over. Green morning, green afternoon, and green evening. World over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe in different countries, in different time zones, in different health, wellness conditions, and at the same time, schools have got reopened, colleges have got reopened, our skill centers have got reopened, ITIs, polytechnics, training centers, wherever they are. Children have started enjoying going back and recouping, rejuvenating, and repackaging and rethinking how to make up all the lost time, whatsoever during the pandemic, the content, the time, the hours, whatsoever we lost, how to gain that time, how to make best use of that so that each one of us, we once again rebuild the entire universe together. So, ladies and gentlemen, hearty welcome to yet another very powerful evening with all of you. You all are great strength, you all are great visionary, and you all are great support. This program is coming to you from a beautiful city called Chandigarh, serene, green, clean, neat, wonderful city. And that city has taken a leap and a lead basically to help for the education and skills, competencies, and capabilities together being taken into consideration. Today, we are going to talk about the technology role, how technology is reshaping the entire universe and particularly our education ecosystem, and more specific, focused on our teachers, educators, counselors, trainers, coach. Today's 1711th webinar. We started this particular special series on education empowerment, and that's during pandemic on 25th of March 2020. We have come a long way. We have done about 1600 webinars during the pandemic, and we are continuing with the series, and our focus is teachers, teachers, and teachers, because we want to do the hand holding of teachers. So today, let's talk about how each one of us during the pandemic, we adopted the technology the best possible way, whether through radio, through television, through WhatsApp, through Google, through Instagram, through Signal, through Telegram, whatever means available, Microsoft. We try to reach out every child the best possible way so that the system should go on and we should not stop anywhere in between. Today, we are going to talk about the entire technology which has been used and which can be used and which should be used. Okay. Today is also World Science Day for Peace and Development world over by the United Nations. So let's live peacefully. Let's develop a beautiful, peaceful world while developing and while helping and holding each other's hand the best possible way. ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, extends you a very warm welcome to be the part of today's, the deliberation, discussion. Keep sharing your vision and keep sharing your posts on the YouTube so that we can read out your names. Like Julie Subba ma'am has come all the way from the northeast part of India, from Manipur. Kim Kipken, she has joined us from Shillong. We have got Lakyajit Gohin from Assam. We have got Claudia Lingua. And these people are interested because they want to go abroad as teacher, as facilitator, as trainers, as coach. And we are focusing on services exports as well from India. Because do you recall, Prime Minister of India is keen to make India 5 trillion economy. And the Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister has set the target that 1 trillion to be given by services exports alone. And remember, education is services. So we are talking about services exports also. Now, how to use technology to help our teachers to be better academicians. Let's take on certain principles which are universal, applicable to everybody world over. Let's talk about it. And meanwhile, my deep gratitude and thanks to Deepa Hazarika and Nancy Sangma. Those have also joined us live on the YouTube. Great. Thank you very much for posting your views. It's a great encouragement. More and more people, you should post your views because it encourages everybody. All principals, encourage your children, encourage your students. Tell them to be the part of this journey because let them share their vision, their curiosity, their creativity, their wisdom, their knowledge, their competence, and whatsoever skill they have got. Any idea related to education empowerment is more than welcome. Now, let's come on to principle number 1. Technology is not the solution to the learning crisis, but technology can be the solution to specific micro problems within the education ecosystem. If you are going to invest in technology, invest in the training, support, monitoring, and maintenance to make the education related work easy, accessible, and presentable, and happy. Okay, let's come on to principle number 3. Test the technology the best possible way. Make sure it works very well to the optimum. Make sure it is used properly. Make sure it's increasing learning, because positive learning, constructive learning, it should not be only engaging, but there should be a learning element as well, which we have to take into consideration. Technology to monitor and manage, the teachers with only work, that is something very important which we have to see. Education should focus on imparting skills and not just merely giving information. Information is coming from so many angles. Ladies and gentlemen, today's time, when you look at it, earlier, the teacher used to be single source. They used to have their textbook, they used to have blackboard, they used to have chalk, and whatsoever they used to write over there was only one source where from the information used to come. Now the information is coming from all around, from all the places. So why skill-based learning is so important to all of us? Because skills that are relevant to our day-to-day life is very important. Let's think about it. It promotes greater independence through high-level thinking from skill-based education. Faster learning with the multiple ways of absorbing the information and grasping the various concepts. And of course, real-world experience through lessons that engage reality. We should relate to the examples which are happening in our day-to-day life from morning till evening. When we get up in the morning until we go to sleep, whatsoever takes place in our life should be the part of our education. Think of the skills used when you ask. Let's see, you're traveling by your scooter, by your motorcycle, by your car, and all of a sudden there's a flat tire. And if you do not know how to fix your punctured tire, how to replace it, so there is a theoretical knowledge. Okay. Children do not have adequate knowledge on the finance management. They do not know much about credit cards, debit cards, privilege cards, and platinum cards. What is the best credit card deal for me? Okay, what are the loans available? How do I support myself from the financial services which are available? That should be the integral part of our day-to-day education ecosystem. Today's presentation, once again, is packaged by Chitra Kapoor ma'am, my colleague. She works very hard and she brings all these wonderful, kind of a inspiration and aspirations for all of us. So what is the fastest route? Let's take it. Now Chandigarh is also getting congested because when La Corbusier, he made the city, he never imagined that what is going to be ultimately the population. And we do not know how much it is going to further increase. So if you want to reach home by the fastest route, of course, Google helps you. Google Map also helps you. It gives you the track and the arteries where from to reach, what are the roads available. But in the management, if you're taking particular education, you should apply that education and you should know what is the fastest route to home to avoid traffic at a particular time. That is something very important which you have to take into consideration. Now think of these skills used when you ask, should I rent or should I buy? Now, Chandigarh is providing nowadays rental bicycles. You can travel hassle-free. You can enjoy pleasant, wonderful oxygen, inhale in your lungs because it's a neat and clean city. It's available in almost all sectors. You can just hire for half an hour or 2 hours or whatever is there, the time you require. So, should I rent it or should I buy? That also you have to decide. How can I get my image out there so that the companies will hire me with my qualification, whatsoever I have got? My connecting flight from Mohali Airport, it just got cancelled. What do I do now? Should I travel by train? Should I go by bus? Or should I hire Uber? And should I share that Uber with others and 3-4 people traveling together so it doesn't cost me much? All that kind of a management, whatsoever permutation combinations you do, it's a part of practical education ecosystem. Children are very smart nowadays. Students, they can get information from anywhere and everywhere. Whatever, whenever, wherever they want, they can get. You've got Facebook, you've got Instagram, you've got YouTube, you've got cell phone, you've got Twitter, you've got MP3 player, you've got blogs, you've got all social media channels, including Tumblr and couple of other, the apps are available which you can make use of. So information is coming from all the places. How to make best use of that information, that is something very important. So in our education ecosystem, teachers, you imparting to students, and if you are going to become teacher, what has anyone shown how to validate information, how to synthesize information, how to leverage information, how to communicate information, how to collaborate with information, and how problem is getting solved with the information which is coming to me. That is something very important. Let me read, because Anand Mukherjee has joined us from Kolkata. Thank you very much. Laishram Damini from Imphal, hearty welcome. Chitra ma'am has also joined. Rishi Mohan, thank you. Prachi Kalita, thank you. Julie ma'am, thank you. Himalayan Group, thank you. And all other dignitaries, those are joining over here. I'm proud of all of you. Keep sharing your vision, your information, because you are the one who can make this evening more beautiful. And wherever it's a morning, like in Canada, United States, Latin America, let them enjoy their full day. And when it is post-lunch in Europe, let them have their beautiful, lovely evening tea and a coffee after this session. So, students lacks knowledge on how to use technology. Because 24 hours, which God has given to all of us, how do we gather information? How do we evaluate information? How do we use information for our learning? Because learning pedagogy is very important. A teacher is more than just a facilitator of knowledge. A teacher also acts as a guide, a mentor, as an inspirational, leader for all the students, a role model. That cannot be replaced by technology by any means at any point of time, irrespective of how much technology we bring in. Teachers, you will always remain relevant because you carry emotions, you carry empathy, you give personal touch. When you give personal touch, the children, they feel, learn, unlearn, and relearn. All three factors we are taking into consideration. Teachers, they know the students' typical pattern of behavior, their habits in their class. And when they are addressing and there are learning challenges, and they can analyze what are the habits, what is the passion, what is the like or dislike of a particular child, what are the skills they would enjoy, what competencies and capabilities teachers should have in their framework. Through the technology, integrated digital contents, targeted instructions, student reflection, and data-driven decisions, all are the integral part. Now, there are crazy ideas. Chitra ma'am was discussing almost 50 ideas with me to change the entire education ecosystem. I'm just reflecting few of them over here so that we all can enjoy happily few. Adopt hybrid model. Make connectivity and interdependence the catalyst for all learning. Make school budget entirely transparent. Make elementary school about literacy, creativity, curiosity, and playful, joyful, happiness, humor all around. Use a grading system that starts at 0, not at 100. We give so much of pressure to children when you tell them that out of 100, how much have you scored? Why do we start that way? Use video and the live streaming instead of textbooks alone. Treat the great, treat the great teachers like rock stars. Give them reality shows and endorsements, whatsoever they deserve, because teachers are wonderful. Teachers, they shape the humanity. Children are like a small clay. They are just like a sand. You can draw the drawing. You can draw the different colors on the canvas. Beautiful you can draw. Make school walls invisible. There should not be blocks and blocks. No, it's all transparent and there are no walls. And literally, when you talk about, it should be like a classes where everything is transparent, everything is visible. Children enjoy looking at each other. I still recall when we were setting up the finishing school and we were having different labs, everything was transparent to everybody. Everybody knew what's happening. And they used to laugh sometime looking at each other. Humor is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Stop claiming every child will be proficient. Find something else to promise to them, because every child has got something wonderful in them. Every child cannot do everything, but every child can do lots of things. Be proud of an Indian, Dr. Sugata Mitra. He has done various experiments. If you go on the YouTube, you would be proud of him. And he did one experiment in Delhi, near Chirag Delhi, near Chitranjan Park, where there's a Bengali colony. Near that particular place, what he did, in one wall, no teacher, nobody around, he fixed 2 computers in one wall. And on the top, he put one camera. And that particular environment he made in such a way where children can come in their own time. There is sweet time, depending on when are they free, and they can fiddle with those 2 computers. They can do permutation combinations. They can learn at their own. Nobody was around. It was a self-learning process. And if you see it on the YouTube, the title is The Hole in the Wall and Beyond. And he gave a wonderful projection over there that, look, children can learn a lot at their own. A is not only for Apple, A is for Amritsar also, A is for Amsterdam also, A is for Adampur also. And you can think of so many other things. Okay. Have you ever seen brick? जिसके साथ घर बनता है, like you are seeing in this diagram, bricks are there. Think at your own. What could be the possible use of the bricks? You will come to know there are more than 50 usage, because that's your creativity. That's your imagination. And there you can think of what can be done with the brick in a positive way, in a constructive way, in an innovative way, in a creative way. You should think about it. Why we should stop teaching content? We should not bother only about contents. Let children enjoy, laugh, happy, and learning should be fun. Learning should be happiness. Learning environment should be so crazy and wonderful that every child should feel, wow, I want to go to school. I want to come to school. I want to enjoy. What are people for? And how can schools help? What is the relationship between a good school and the good work and the living well? Because teacher and parents, you must have realized your responsibility also has got multiplied. You must have learned during the pandemic, because bringing up 2 kids, okay, let's go for family planning. Bringing up even 1 kid is a Herculean task. And look at it. Our parents, they brought 3 kids, and my grandparents, they brought 8 to 9 kids. My God, there was a support system. Everybody was living in harmony. Nowadays, everybody loses cool and the tempers go high, up and all. Come on, bring your temperature down, eat cool things, take cold things. Your temperature should not go up unnecessarily. That is something very important. And we got to recognize the efforts of the teacher. You know, in my family, at my home, my wife was a teacher, my daughter was a teacher. Now roles keep changing. My daughter-in-law was teacher. My son also took on some assignments and all. Now my grandchild, we learn so many things from that, my grandchild, because it's an amazing journey. We learn so many things from our kids and our grandkids, you know. We got to understand what is a relationship and how school journey, how visit to the school for a number of hours can be so happily enjoyable. The child should say, I don't want to miss my class even for one day. I enjoy my school. And how does a connected planet change the kind of the things a person needs to understand? Education is not theoretical. Education is not filling the mind. Education is to empty the mind. Let them think at their own. Give them the space. Give them the place. Let there be a joy and happiness all around. Think about it. I would like to make request to all principals and teachers. You know, Sir Ken Robinson, we lost him during the pandemic. Great soul, great visionary. If you see his videos, the highly watched videos on education, the person who contributed his entire life, and I'm so proud that his daughter has taken over the responsibility now, and she says, I would like to take the agenda of my father further wherever he has left, and I would like to devote my rest of the life for the cause which my father took, how to bring creativity in education. And one of his video that's worth watching, do schools kill creativity? Because future is so uncertain. Children should not be pumped in only with one limited answers. Rather, they should be allowed to think creative, talk creative, walk creative, and let them give diverse answers whatsoever they want to come. There was something very interesting I was discussing with my colleague, Chitra Kapoor ma'am, 15 reasons schools need post-progressive teaching and learning. And she told me, and I was really happy to go through this slide. Every student is unique. Start realizing every child is unique. Schools serve people, people don't serve schools. Personalized learning is achievable with existing technology. Understanding comes in many forms. Teaching is inefficient and ineffective if it is not giving a personal, emotional empathy. Teaching, again, affection is among the highest form of knowing. Inquiry is both a cause and effect of learning. Classrooms are terrible places to learn if we do not have joyful learning. Teachers and algorithms should drive data-driven teaching. Rest you should see at your own. This program is going live on the YouTube. You can go through, you can enjoy, and all the 15 reasons you will enjoy and you will laugh. Now, there are 10 ways teaching has changed in the last 10 years. I would request each one of you try and understand how the games are influencing positive games, constructive games, innovative games, no destruction, no war games, nothing of that sort. The apps. Nighttime when you sleep, and by the time you get up in the morning, on your mobile, there are new apps for learning. It's up to you to become a good teacher. How much homework do you do every day? How much you add to your wisdom, to your knowledge, to your competence, to your skill, to your capabilities. Digital learning tools and solutions. We're just talking over here is adaptive learning, badging and gamification, blended learning, classroom technologies, e-textbooks, learning analytics, learning objects, mobile learning, personalized learning, online learning. You may call it e-learning, hybrid learning, outside classroom learning, nature-based learning, open educational resources, virtual reality, augmented reality. That all is coming in a big way, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, when you're talking about education pedagogy, andragogy, When you talk about pedagogy, the technology is going to play a very important role. And what is going to be the technological, pedagogical content knowledge, you all have to understand that is something very important. Now, what could be the future of schools, colleges, universities, and institutions, and what all is to be changed? Okay, first of all, Corona has taught all of us that there is no competition now, there's a collaboration. That is something very important. There are no internal contents available only with the teacher. There are external contents also, which are coming from different sources and resources. We have also understood during pandemic, what is relationship? That is something very important. Like with online teachers, can you imagine when you are online, when you're giving a program like this program is going on YouTube, you can reach out millions. And if the country, those countries which are developing countries, less privileged countries, if you try and work out and give the basic technology to the last mile, to the last person, to the last child who is in the far-flung areas, and if you somehow made, the technology available to them, can you imagine? One teacher can reach millions. Millions can be given to everybody. And somebody is writing over here, if you anchor in child, he or she will trust more and his achievement or her achievement goes up tremendously. Yes, so true. Now, what needs to change? There got to be partnership and collaboration. That is the key for future, ladies and gentlemen. And also, learn from the end user. Children should also be partner in formulation of syllabi, take their ideas, involve them, bring them forward, bring them to the front, call parents also from time to time, ask them. Education, happiness, and education happens where ideas are shared. Ideas remain ideas in books, in theory, if they are not implemented. So, ladies and gentlemen, students of all ages, they should be welcomed. You never know which child, in which class, in which school, in which institution can give you something, a new pedagogy, which we never thought of in our life. That is something very important. The Indian EdTech platforms, oh my God, during the pandemic, more than 240 plus startups, they had come up for future of education, right from kindergarten to the 12th standard. And that is towards science, towards commerce, towards arts, from STEM to STEAM, all that being available to everybody. Now, we got to build a toolkit so that the learners become future ready. Just imagine a class where all the learners are confident and they can self-direct their learning. Because information is coming from so many sources, we got to encourage them. So thereby, all principals, all teachers, all directors, counselors, rethink learning, rethink learning. That is something very important that we all got to understand. Okay, learning platform, good inputs. Kim Kepkin, I'm so proud of you. See, the Albert Einstein was not successful in teachers' eyes and society, but now teacher give his examples and his principles when they teach physics. So anything and everything is possible. You never know which particular child would become. Do we know who will become what after they complete their formal education, whether from schools, colleges, or universities? Now, online learning environment is becoming very popular. Hybrid model is coming very important. Homeschooling is becoming very important. Personalized learning is becoming very important. And social media, social presence, social engagement, and in a constructive way, if the community adopts the technology for every individual's growth, a lot can be done. Inclusive online teaching. When you think about inclusive teaching online, it means being available to accommodate the needs of online students, even outside the normal hours. That is something when you talk about mentoring. Your school timings have got over. Your college time has got over, but student still has the courage to give a call to the teacher and say, I've got a problem in such and such sum. Would you be kind enough to help me out? So whether it is related to contents, whether it is learning to resources or to skills or learning support, whatsoever is needed, mentors, teachers, they are available. Social networking sites, they allow teachers to share their ideas immediately. Within no time, you can post it on the WhatsApp, you can post it on the blogging, you can post it onto the Instagram, you can send it on the Facebook, social media, blogging, all that is connecting the whole world. Ladies and gentlemen, whatsoever comes to your mind, you got to share with the universe. You never know, your content, your blogging, your idea can bring what kind of a tomorrow to help the entire humanity. That is something very important. Now, artificial intelligence is coming in a very, very big way in education ecosystem. Like it's coming in medicine, it's also coming in education system, and it's going to play a very important role for all of us. We got to train our teachers basically for artificial intelligence and information communication technology, and online you can reach out a larger portion. And finally, something very interesting which comes to my mind, we are what we repeatedly do. You know, when I talk to our president, Professor Satyendra Dhimanji, I think I will quote it tomorrow. I will bring that example live to you tomorrow. I'll share it tomorrow with you, whose quote it is and who has said in one of the videos. I watched it some time back, that if you want to be professional in any particular field, any subject, whether music or dancing or singing, or for that matter, anchoring or acting or directing or whatever you want to be a teacher, they say either you got to give 10,000 hours for that, or you got to give 10 years of your life for that to become professional. That is something very important. Tomorrow, I'll share with you at 8 p.m. on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but it becomes a habit. It becomes your habit because it comes in a natural way. You have not to put in extra efforts for that. Others would feel, oh my God, he or she speaks so well, so confident, so articulative, and interaction on YouTube, or interaction on Facebook or Instagram, or wherever you are using any media, or even if you're having a live program somewhere, people feel, oh my God, this person is so confident. This person is so natural. My God, when you say that, you got to remember how much practice has gone for that, how much effort has been put in. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to sweat. You got to do your best. If you want to excel in your life, there's no shortcut to hard work. You got to excel. And education, it got to be relevant to our day-to-day life. It's very important. ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, it picks up best of the examples from world over. We will talk with you very shortly, entire case study of Singapore. Then we will take Finland. Then we will take you to South Korea. Then we will take you to Japan. Then we will take you to Germany for the skills. We're going to have all the case studies with you. You all will enjoy in the coming times. The entire globe, the entire world, all the continents we will share with you. And we are proud, our chamber way back in 1994 brought India's first finishing school. And that is to work on your personality, your communication to connecting, your creativity, your curiosity, your critical thinking, your logical thinking, your analytical thinking, and no anxiety, no depression, no stress. You got to remain positive. Everything we discussed with the psychometric way, wonderful with all children. More than 52,000 youth and 35,000 teachers have gone through the process. And always remember, Swami Vivekananda ji, you know what he made a mention? When I was reading somewhere, that when he met Jamshedji Tata, they both traveled in 1893 on a ship all the way when they were going to Chicago, when Vivekananda had to deliver that talk, if you recall, 27 September 1893, brothers and sisters of America. So when they were traveling together and they were discussing and they were working out the strategy, and Jamshedji Tata that time decided he's going to set up an educational hub in India, that Science Institute, which is in Bangalore. That is an outcome of that point of time. So ladies and gentlemen, I wish to tell every child, every teacher, every counselor, every trainer, every principal, that all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in yourself. Start saying to yourself, when you stand before the mirror, talk to yourself and you say, I can do it. I will do it. I have to do it. I must do it. We all will do it together. Youth happiness is very important. All teachers, you got to understand, what does today's youth want? What do they want? What are their expectations? Our chamber has done lots of research. We have done lots of permutation, combination. We have done more than 4,000 such programs together. And we have come out with one solution, like the finishing school that was before pandemic, and post-pandemic, we are with Inspirational Lab. And you would say, what exactly is Inspirational Lab? Okay. If you're a science student, you must have seen physics lab, chemistry lab, bio lab. If you are an IT student, for journal, anything, science, commerce, or arts, you've got a computer lab. And then you have got microbiological lab, language lab, incubation lab, home science lab, psychology lab, research and development lab, hospitality lab, aviation lab, music lab, dancing lab. All these labs are there. Why not? We should think of Inspirational Lab. Now the education is moving from information to inspiration. Information to inspiration. Information is coming from so many quarters, so many areas, so many places. Now we got to inspire. We got to encourage our youth, our teachers. Every teacher is to be encouraged. And teachers, you have got a role to bring curiosity, creativity, imagination, innovation, design thinking, critical thinking, adaptive learning, immersive learning, project-based learning, life-based examples learning, and a joyful learning and empathy. When you're dealing with children, that's what ICSI strongly recommends. Inspirational Lab is the vision and intellectual property of ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, where everything is musical, everything is happiness. Education is made relevant with our day-to-day life and living. We got to bring happiness and humor in every activity. Your mental wellness, your physical wellness, your professional wellness, your social wellness, your economic wellness, all that plays very important role. Inspirational Lab in a collaborative way. The journey is starting from Chandigarh. The advisor to the administrator, Chandigarh, is very, very creative and dynamic. He has taken the lead, and so is the education department. And we are going to bring mental wellness, personal wellness, professional wellness, social wellness, and soft skills, life skill, trade skills, global skills. You got to be adopting the technology the best possible way. And all the wellness is going to play very important role for all of us. And we got to do the capacity building of our teachers through this particular Inspirational Lab. We got to make education and skills relevant. Wellness and sustainability for happy living is very important. Passion, creativity, and innovation. Teachers, you got to become facilitators. You got to become role models, and now you're co-learners post-pandemic. So, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Let's start the journey from Chandigarh. This program is going live on the YouTube channel. You can see ICSI India YouTube channel. Do like it, share it, subscribe it, share it with others also. Press the bell icon so that you get the strong intimation. Here is Dr. Dharampalji, the Honorable Advisor to the Administrator, UT Chandigarh, very positive person, very, very encouraging person, always open to the ideas. And we shared the vision with him the other day on 27th October. And imagine today is 10th of November. We are just how many days? We are 2 weeks away, and lots of development has taken place. Chandigarh has taken the lead. Here is the presentation and interaction going on with everybody in Chandigarh under the dynamic leadership of advisor. So our chamber has taken a pledge. We will be developing Chandigarh as a role model for education and skills for entire Asian continent through the most innovative and research-based digital way through the technology in schools, colleges, and institutions. We have already visited government ITI for women in Sector 11 of Chandigarh. We have also gone to another ITI in Sector 28. We have also gone to Polytechnic, that's in Sector 26. We have also gone to Government Polytechnic for Women in Sector 10. Wonderful interaction with all of them. We are enjoying. And today is 10th. After 5 days, we'll be taking you to Cambodia also. You'll be enjoying the entire ASEAN region. And there you will see what exactly is happening in ASEAN. And today, the Vice President of India, he is visiting Cambodia for 3 days. So, rethinking tourism, post-pandemic, the relation between India and Cambodia and the ASEAN we'll be discussing. And our annual convention is coming up, North India Pravasi Divas on 29th, annual convention of ICSI, that's on 13th, 14th, and 15th. We all will be together. It would be a pleasure to have you with us, and we all will share in the hybrid model. Before we close today's presentation, let's see the glimpses for 1 minute of the Inspirational Lab, which is the vision of the ICS.
Welcome to the Inspirational Lab of ICSI Finishing School for Service Industry. The International Chamber for Service Industry, or ICSI, brought on ground India's first finishing school for the service industry in 1994. However, it has become an inspirational lab and turned completely digital post-pandemic. Here, the students link academics beyond syllabi. They journey from effective communication to connecting skills, curiosity to creativity, along with soft skills, life skills, and technical skills. Health and wellness is another important component of the Inspirational Lab at ICSI. Inspirational Lab is an initiative of ICSI to develop a holistic approach in education transformation. Visit icsiindia.in.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Inspirational Lab of ICSI journey is starting from Chandigarh. City beautiful, it will go to entire India, that it will go to different countries, it will go to entire Asia, and then the world over. The beaming will take place because the digital technology has got no boundaries. We would try and reach out everywhere, wherever it's possible. Do visit Chandigarh, do visit Chandigarh schools, do visit Chandigarh colleges and ITIs and polytechnics and all setups. And there are 4 to 5 beautiful B.Ed colleges as well. Because if we prepare our teachers with the modern technology, with the latest in technology, and if we adopt creativity, curiosity, collaboration, communication, positive communication, and communication to connecting, I'm sure we all can do wonderful. So this is an inspirational lab, the vision of the International Chamber for Service Industry. And if we empower our teachers, our counselors, our principals, and the entire education ecosystem, the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister of India for the 5 trillion economy, within no time we can achieve. And second part is women empowerment. Ladies got to be, the girls got to be partner in each and every field of India's development process. You see how India will prosper, progress, and once again become Vishwaguru. With these words, look forward meeting you tomorrow evening with yet another powerful message and vision and sharing the information